begin by asking this question. How can a person win a competition? Well, it's obvious that if he has a good strategy, which is better than his friends, or say rivals, he can definitely win. Or say, how can a king win a war? Again, it's obvious that if he has a strategy which is better than his enemies, he can definitely win. And my point is this: a good and strong strategy is necessary to accomplish a certain task. We all make strategies and we all have strategies. And similarly, Satan also has strategies which he uses to tempt people away from God. And so today we would like to see those strategies from the book of Genesis chapter 3, verses 1 to 6. I repeat, Genesis chapter 3, verses 1 to 6 with my sermon entitled as Identifying Satan's Method of Temptation. Before we get into the text, I would like to say a few things about its context. Genesis chapter 1 records the account of creation. In Genesis chapter 1, we find how God created the world and everything that is existing today. And in Genesis chapter 2, we find a brief summary of what happened in Genesis chapter 1. And not just a brief summary, we also find some additional information about what happened in chapter 1. And when we come to verses 15, we find that God placed Adam into the Garden of Eden. And in verse 17, he gave him this famous warning. If he eats from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, he will surely die. But here I want to draw your attention. Eve was not created when this warning was given. This warning, when God was giving this warning, only Adam was present. Eve was later created in verse 2. We find in verse 22. So basically, Eve did not receive first-hand information. She had secondary information by her husband, and Adam, on the other hand, had direct information. So they were there in the Garden of Eden. We do not know for how long, but they were there. And so one day, something happened to them. And we find that in Genesis chapter 3, which changed, because it shaped the history that we have today. I'll read Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any of the beasts of the field that the Lord God had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, had God said, Ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden? Satan knew fully that Eve should not eat from the tree of the knowledge of evil. But he intentionally came to Eve, asking her, like, Eve, did God really tell you not to eat from this tree of the knowledge of good and evil? Are you sure that God told you like this? And so I've entitled my first outline as Satan tries to inject doubt and contradict God's word. And later on we will see how he contradicts God's word. So in saying this, Satan was trying to inject doubt into her heart. And like I said before, since she did not hear it directly from God, since she heard it from her husband, she had high chances of falling into temptation of Adam. So when Satan came and tempted her, she immediately responded to the serpent by saying this. We find this in verses 2 and 3. And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God had said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. Now, a rough reading of verses 2 and verses 3 reads like as if Eve had full confidence about what God had said, and she immediately responded to the serpent. But if we compare with what God said and with what Eve said, there's a difference. We find the warning in Genesis chapter 2, verse 17. God said, If you eat this, you will surely die. But when Eve was giving her answer to the serpent, she said, If I eat this, I will die. She missed out the word surely. And if we translate this literally in Hebrew, it can be literally translated as dying you shall die. The word dying is repeated twice. And in Hebrew, when a word is repeated twice, it means to show emphasis. It means to say that the word is important or serious. So the very fact that she forgot to use this word surely, or say the doubling of these two words, we can say that she lost the seriousness of God's word at this point. She lost the importance of God's word, and she began to doubt. And so when she was in this state, suddenly Satan replied to her by saying this. We find it in verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die. Notice the word surely. she lost this seriousness of God's word. Now what Satan did was he put this seriousness in his own word, and he tried to convict her to believe that what he's saying is true and what God says is false. And God said, if you eat this, you will die. But the serpent said, if you eat this, you will not die. So what Satan is trying to do here is he's trying to contradict God's word. This has been the ministry of Satan from the beginning, even today, and he still tries to deceive people by putting doubt and contradict God's word. So the next step which he used to tempt Eve was by indirectly criticizing God's character. And that is my second point. Satan tries to indirectly criticize God's character. We read it in verse 5. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be gods, knowing good to evil. So Satan said that if you eat this, you will be like gods, knowing good and evil. Was Satan lying in saying that? I don't think so. Satan was telling the truth. Satan was saying that if you eat, you will know good and evil, and your eyes will be open. But was the truth alone is the question. And the answer is no. The truth came along with something else, a bad intention to criticize God's character. And how can we say that this statement was to criticize God's character? We can find it in the first phrase, 5a. For God doth know that in the day you eat thereof. So he was saying like, okay, so God knows that if you eat this, your eyes will be open and you will not good and evil. So, God is actually not a loving God. He doesn't love you. He's a selfish God. He wants everything for himself. He can know good and evil, but he doesn't want you to know good and evil. Indirectly, he was trying to put that image of God into Eve's mind. So he was indirectly criticizing God in that manner. So we can say that at this point, when Satan was indirectly criticizing God's word, we can say that the image of God, or say the reputation of God before Eve failed. Because Eve may have not feared God as much as she did before. Eve may not have respected God as much as she did before at this point. And we can be sure of that, because if she did, then she would not have sinned, she would not have yielded to the temptation, but she did. We find it later in the verses. So we see a change of state there too. So the next step which Satan used to tempt Eve is to make the unlawful things attractive. And that is my third and final point. Satan tries to make things as if like it's so attractive. They are sinful, but he tries to make them look as if like it's so attractive. And we find that also in verse 5. We have already dealt with that before, but we can see to that again. I'll read verse 5 again. For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Satan said, you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. It was said to attract her. So how do you feel when somebody comes to you and says, if you apply this lotion, you will become handsome? Or say, if you apply this lotion, you will become beautiful, or you will look younger? Obviously, we will be tempted to do that. We will be tempted to apply that. So Satan came with that temptation towards her. And Eve, by seeing that temptation, she was already in doubt, and her reputation, her view for God was already degrading. And at the time when Satan said this to her, she immediately did something. We find it in verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took the fruit thereof, and did eat, and also gave unto her husband with her, and he did eat. So you see, we see a change of state here. We do not know for how long Adam and Eve was in the Garden of Eden, but they were there for some time. And it's like as if yesterday this forbidden fruit was not attractive to her. She did not even desire to eat that fruit yesterday. But today, suddenly she started desiring to eat this fruit. So something caused her to be attracted towards this, and this was the temptation of Satan. So we have identified three strategies of Satan. First, he tries to inject doubt, but this is in God's word. That after injecting doubt, he indirectly criticizes God's character, and when he criticizes God's character, at last He makes the sinful things as if like it's okay to do. So those are the strategies He even uses today in our lives. And in application, I would like to say this: there's a good news and also there's bad news. The bad news is that if you and I are not saved, we will not be able to overcome this temptation. But if we are saved, then we will be able to, because when we are saved, God empowers us and gives us the ability to do so. The gospel is that Jesus Christ came to die for our sins, and He not only just died for our sins, He also gave us the ability to overcome temptation, to overcome every scheme of Satan, and He gave us that. By reading and meditating the Word of God, if we read and meditate the Word of God, can we doubt the Word of God? We cannot. So by reading and meditating the Word of God, we can defend ourselves we can stop Satan from causing us to doubt God's Word. And the second strategy we saw that Satan tries to indirectly criticize God's Word. But if you are well versed, if we study the Bible and if you are well versed with what the Scripture says, that we will know who God is, and we will never let anybody criticize the character of God. And thirdly, Satan tries to make the unlawful things and the sinful things look like as if it's okay to do. But if we know who God is, if we know His Word, and if we know what He says, then He will give us the ability to discern what is good and what is right. So we can know what is good and what is right, and we can choose by the Spirit of God which is good and which is right. And that empowerment is only of a believer. So I urge you today, my brothers and sisters, if you are not saved, then pray to God that He may save you, because only in that can you be empowered to overcome the schemes of temptation, and only in that will we be able to get salvation. So that is the brief sermon which